Today I'll be tying my version of a caddis. Developed it, starting with an elk hair caddis. But the things I liked about the elk hair caddis is it floats really well. The thing I don't like about it is the elk hair is kind of bulky. So instead of the elk hair, I'm using coastal deer hair. Right now I'm just getting a thread base around the hook. And wrap to the bend, and then I'll put in some dubbing. I'm using the Delaware River Club Cucci Nastasi dark or charcoal dubbing. And I'll wrap a little bit into the bend and then back up the hook shank approximately 1/3 of the way. Next up, I'll be tying in coastal deer hair clump, maybe 2 dozen hairs. I'll even them out using a hair stacker. And I'll be tying these hairs in to where they just extend beyond the bend of the hook. And then we'll trim. And I'll wrap some thread over the ends of the deer hair. And now we're going to dub over our wraps. Again, about another 1/3 of the way up the hook shank. Just to cover the wraps and the excess deer hair. Now we're going to tie in another wing of the coastal deer hair. About the same amount of hairs. A couple dozen. I'm not going to use the hair stacker on this clump because they're fairly even. And I'm going to tie them in the same length as the previous clump, so it extends just past the bend of the hook. And we'll trim. Best to get all the hairs trimmed off. Need or fly. Okay. Now we'll tie in an undersized hackle. I use for this size hook, I use about a size 18 or 20 hackle. This is a size 14 TMCO 2488 hook. Now I'm going to trim the hackle stem, and then we're going to dub over our wraps with the same dubbing, dark charcoal. then the last step is to wrap the hackle. I use about 2 turns. Over the dubbing, and then we'll tie it off. Trim the excess hackle and whip finish. One extra for good measure. The excess hackle also. And last step, little head cement, we're all done. The fly is finished.